Alright, this is Federation Global Merchants, and today we're going to be continuing our series on seven secret keys of prosperity and abundance. This is from the, if you guys can read it here, it's the School of Metaphysics in Missouri. So I'm going to continue reading this, and today I'm just going to be reading some key points from what I mentioned before in the last video, if you guys didn't see it. So, okay, there are 3 keys to abundance, and they consist of identifying resources, okay, using resources to the fullest potential, and giving and particularly in aiding others. Okay, and the keys to prosperity are recognizing the unlimited quantity of resources, using only what is needed by the self, and creating ways of providing greater abundance and prosperity to others. So, so today we're just going to be reading in regards to identifying resources, and this is the key, one of the keys to abundance. So let's get into it. Alright, I'm just going to read it. You see it here. I got some things underlined too, so it's pretty short. It says, potentially resources are everything in our physical environment. They are resources of money, buildings, land, stocks, companies, and businesses, the government, and so forth. Everything in your outer physical environment has the potential to be a resource if used wisely. Alright? And then it goes on to say, these inner resources enable us to utilize the outer resources. Some of the inner resources are conscious choice, will, desire, imagination, memory, and attention. Perhaps the most important resource of all is the ability to mentally create ideas. All creation begins with the awareness that comes from a new, more expansive idea or thought, which we call life. Alright? It goes on to say, creating a clear mental picture, image, idea of what you desire to create is the beginning of prosperity and abundance. Identify those people, places, or things or objects that will help aid you, enable you to manifest your desires. Most people are so caught up in their own runaway thoughts that they fail to notice the opportunities that abound around them. Over and over we hear people who have passed by a store or business hundreds of times before they gave attention to the store and realized there was something of interest to them. All of a sudden one day they seem to just happen to notice the sign in front of the store. The person then goes out to the store and finds and contains exactly what they are looking for: a book that supplies the missing information, or a piece of furniture that completes their room being decorated. Upon going into the store, they walk to the owner who knows the person who has just what they desire and the price you want. Okay, and just want to say something here is, when you focus your mind on the things that you want, as far as wanting to prosper, and then when you focus intensely on it, there are situations that will pop up within your life, or people that you meet, or sometimes maybe, and this has happened to me, where I was focusing intensely on something that I wanted to accomplish, and just lo and behold, looking online, I find just coming across like a YouTube video, or maybe a website that pretty much has my answer, and sometimes I actively look for things, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes they just pop up. And that's something that, is key into building wealth. Is the focus and the concentration on what you want. Okay, it goes on, a flower's bloom is a valuable resource for collecting food if you are a honeybee. The bee collects the pollen from the flower, and the flower to a human is a useful resource for beautifying a house, especially for special occasions, and for letting someone know that you love them and care about them. People who produce great wealth and prosperity in their lives have an attitude that identifies resources. Okay, I just wanted to stop right there. People who pursue wealth always look for a resource, right? And this resource could be something physical, it could be something mental as well, such as a consultation from an expert or advice. Sometimes I trade stock and the forex, and I usually look for a lot of advice and forecasting and things like that. I go to forecasting websites and stock tip services to sometimes get an insight on what I should purchase, and that's part of identifying the resources. It goes on to say they see what is available and immediately think of how they will use it. Thousands of fortunes are made every day by people who see a need or desire on the part of other people and desire to fill that need or purpose for those people. When you produce a product that other people want, you're willing to pay money for, and they're willing to pay money for, that gives you a profit. You're on the way to making a fortune. If you make $1 profit on every unit of product produced or sold, and you sell 1 million units, then you are a millionaire. It is by admitting one's own desires that a person will cause there to be some understanding of one's own individuality, embrace the present moment, and then evolve to a point of seeing the purpose of your existence. The ability to learn is the initial step to recognizing your own creativity and to begin to imagine ways to fulfill yourself. In order to fulfill your desires, you must bring them out into the open. The greatest benefits of gaining abundance, wealth, and prosperity are that you have freedom to pursue your spiritual desires. Okay, in learning information is key in building wealth, and learning is key to building wealth. Whenever you identify those resources that can help you, prosper, then it's key to learn more about those resources and how to use those resources. And that goes right into the second point. That second point is using resources to its fullest potential, which is the second keys to abundance. Here it's key number 2 to the key to abundance, and that is using resources to its fullest potential. Learning is key to making sure that you use a resource to its fullest potential. For example, if I own a gold mine, and of course I can take the gold out of the ground and then I can process it and then sell it, but it'll be a lot more valuable if I take that gold and I turn it into jewelry, or I take that gold, turn it into jewelry, and then I add on maybe a sapphire or something to it, and then it adds more value to it. So using resources to their fullest potential is also one of the important keys to abundance. Okay. Of course, you want to create abundance first, and then you want to sustain that abundance to have prosperity. So that's also key. And that's the lesson for this week. I try to do at least each and every point, and I'll be reading from this book, but I do each and every point to in this book. Actually, I do it every Sunday, and there's 6 different points, and then I try to elaborate on what those points really mean. But I just want to look just want to read through some things here also and reiterate what. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I just want to read this again. It says, when you produce a product that other people want and are willing to pay money for, it gives you a profit in one way of making a fortune. I guess one of the things that you can take away with that is that, you know, it's of course you can produce a product and, you know, have people buy it, but one of the ways of identifying a resource is also identifying people who want to, you know, buy your product. You know, people are a resource too, and that's where advertising and marketing comes in perspective. You know, because of course, if you make a product and you don't sell it, then you're not going to make any money, which affects your abundance. So it's real important to find people that have a desire for your product or service that you want to sell, and that ties into identifying the resources, because, you know, people are a resource. You know, they have needs, and you know, they have money in their pocket as well that could be spent. So, you know, you have to look at it from that point of view when you're talking about identifying resources, the marketing and advertising aspects of it. Okay. Another aspect of identifying resources is admitting your own desires, and then, you know, understanding your own individuality. You know, all of us have different skills and different you know, talents, and that's part of identifying the resources. You know, talent and even, you know, your networking and your connections are a resource. You know, like I said before, you know, I trade through, you know, Forex and the stock markets and things like that. And then, you know, in order to get more perspective on how to trade, you know, the Forex and the stocks and things like that, I usually seek out knowledge from other people. And that, like I said before, that's an important resource too. People that are knowledgeable in certain things that can help you make money is a resource. So, you know, when it comes to advertising or seeking advice, it's something that, you know, that should be looked at, and not just necessarily just you know, creating a product or a service. So yeah, I just wanted to. I know I sound. I know I've been you know, going over things over and over again, but I just wanted to get it into you guys' head that you know, as far as identifying resources is key into building abundance. So that's it for this video, and be sure to subscribe to our channel, and you know, thumbs up, thumbs down this video, comment if you want to. And if you're interested in getting this book, then please contact me, because I'm going to show it right here. It says 7 secret keys to abundance, prosperity, and abundance. And it's from the School of Metaphysics. And I think you can probably find it online somewhere. I don't know if it's $5, but I got this book from like I don't know what kind of store you call it, but I guess you could kind of say it's like one of those herbal stores, like you know, stores that have to do with the cults and magic and stuff like that. Only got it for $5, but I'm thinking maybe you can find this book somewhere on Amazon.com or somewhere on eBay. But that's pretty much it for this video. So stay tuned next Sunday, and I'll be talking about how to use your resources for the fullest potential, and I'll just be reading from the same book that I've been reading from. So thank you.